Testament and the New Testament. So you can't understand the New Testament if you don't know what happened in the Old Testament. Right? Read on.
And it came to pass through the likeness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks.
With stones and with stocks. Using objects for idolatry. Like today. You might not think you're dealing with stones or stock, but we do as a people today. You don't need objects as a form of worship. That's the first sign of idolatry. I don't care how spiritual one would say a religion is. If there's a rock involved or an idol involved, be it the Kaaba stone in Mecca, or be it your wooden cross you may have on your, on your mantelpiece. The first sign of idolatry is objects. Okay? Objects. When you start seeing objects, get wary. Like, what is that doing there? Like, I don't need an object to define my spirituality. I don't need wood or stone to justify my spirituality. Matter of fact, how can I follow wood and stone when my mind can craft the wood and make the wood? Can make a wood into a boat or into a cross. I got more power than that object. If I can take a chisel and I can chisel the rock and make it anything I want, I have more power than that rock. So how can my spirituality be justified by objects? The first sign of idolatry.
That's why I stopped wearing crosses.
Okay? Read on.
And yet for all this, her treacherous sister Judah had not turned unto me with her whole heart, but feignedly, said the Lord. And the Lord said unto me, the backsliding of Israel hath justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return, thou backsliding Israel.
Return thou what?
Backsliding Israel.
The Lord is saying, Israel, come back. Return to me. I divorced you, Israel. Come back. You see that? That's not talking about everybody in the earth. Read.
And have justified herself more than the treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return, thou backsliding Israel.
And when you see us teaching, that's what we're saying. Return, Israel. Because the world is not going to come together. The world will not get in order until Israel get in order. The whole earth is out of course because God's people are down. That's why the whole earth is haywire right now. So that's backwards, telling everybody the same time, you have to get the people of the order in order first. To bring the order. Read.
Saith the Lord, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord.
The Lord is merciful. To let you know that the Lord is merciful on Israel. So if you hear anyone teaching that the Lord just done away with Israel and got a new people, that's a bold-faced lie. That's straight heresy according to the scripture. Because it says right here in the scripture, right here, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. So the Lord wasn't going to stay mad at Israel forever. So anyone saying that the Lord done away with his people and got a new people, that's what Paul said is the spirit of boasting against the natural branches. That's straight boasting. Read on.
Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree. And ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. And
it says, only acknowledge thine iniquity. The Lord only wants us to acknowledge what we did wrong against him. He just wants us to say, listen, doesn't matter what you did yesterday. Because he can deal with you from this day forward. If you can just admit your iniquity and go forward. And it says right here, only acknowledge thine iniquity. that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and have scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree. To let you know, we're going everywhere in worship. Every green tree, every place there's shelter, we're doing this idolatry. Thinking that no one can see us. We're under a tree, we're under shade. Right? And ye have obeyed, you have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. So our people are worshiping. They're going in every green tree and worshiping, but they're not obeying the voice of the Most High. Read on.
Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord. For I am married unto you.
For I am what?
I am married unto you.
I am what?
I am married unto you.
The Lord is married unto Israel. So we're going to show you why the Lord allowed his only begotten son to come into the earth. The Lord loved, he done made this people so peculiar that there's no other people in the earth like these people. And the Lord loved them. He made them to love. How do we know that? I need you to hold that, and I need you to read Romans 9 and 13 for me. No, matter of fact, you hold where you at, because I want you to keep your place. What verse you at?
I'm at 14. No. Yeah, I'm at 14.
Hold 14. Zionized brother, can you read Romans 9 and 13 for me?
Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
It is written in the book of Malachi, Jacob have God loved, but Esau have he hated. The Lord always loved Jacob. Always, because he made Jacob to love him. So there's a spirit that he have in Jacob, that he created before Jacob was ever born. And it's everything he loved. It's his nature. How do you know it was before Jacob was born he loved him? Read the 11th verse for me, Brother Zach.
For the children being not yet born,
They wasn't even born yet. Go ahead.
neither having done any good or evil,
They haven't done any works. So you can't say it's something Jacob did to make God love him. The Lord loved Jacob before he was born. He made the essence of Jacob in the heavens. And everything he loved, he put in a people. That's why he's so merciful on Israel and say, listen, man, I love you. I made you for me. Come back. Why are you going with these other gods? And I made you for me. It's like any man that ever had a woman that you really love understand this passion. Like you was made for me. I can't imagine you being somewhere else. Now you understand the spirit of the Most High. He put that same passion in us. It's like you can't sleep, you can't think. You're all messed up because this woman that was made for you is somewhere else. And the Most High, it just, in his mind, he's like, I made you. I saved you out of Egypt. And how can you go right back into the gods of Egypt when I saved you out of Egypt? I showed you that I was the God. I did all types of tricks for you. I parted the Red Sea for you. I smit the Egyptians' children for you. And yet you're going to go to them? You're going to choose them? Read on. Go back to the 14.
Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord. For I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion.
And when it's all over, everyone in the family is not going to make it. But a few he's going to bring back to Zion. The first time when Israel came out of Egypt, all the souls walked out of Egypt. This time, he's going to take a few from a family. Everyone is not going to get in this time. That's the marriage. Because now, instead of him just accepting all Israel, he's going to love those that love him. Those that cleave to him and say, Lord, marry me,